Good evening. Is the microphone on? Yes? All right. Well, welcome. I'm Anahit Garakanyan, Vice Dean, Professor of Legal Analysis, Writing and Skills, and Co-Director of the Externship Program here at Southwestern Law School. And it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you and your families to this wonderful, wonderful celebration. Yes. Congratulations on this tremendous achievement. We are excited to celebrate you tonight. Before we start with the ceremony, I wanted to remind everyone to please silence your electronic devices. We ask that everyone present to remain seated at all times through the conclusion of our program. And we are going to start with roll call before the actual ceremony begins. This is very important so we can be sure who is in attendance. When I say your name, if you would please say present, or you could say I passed. And if I mispronounce any names, my apologies. Taylor Ajluni, Regenia Appling, Arman Avakian, David Ryan Babcock, Nanor Babian, Stephen Thomas Burrill, Andrea Michelle Blair, Charlotte Margorzata Bray, Coralie Carell, Juan Choi, Alexandra K. Christensen, Julissa Maite Colindres, Daniel Cox, Ashley Elizabeth Cruz, Cheryl Cruz, Kevin Patton Culpepper, Corel Dadon, Charles Robert Danchuk, Christina Noel David, Elisa A. De Egidio, Zara Eden, Ariana Farhadi, Amanda L. Fazio, Arturo Garcia, Allegra Ann Garside, Tannaz Gayadi, Catherine Suzanne Geigold, Tingyu Tiffany Lowe Glassman, Brian Michael Gleason, Emily Goldberg, Christopher Cole Gordon, Tara Gudarzi, Kelsey Diane Grau, Laura Michelle Hartman, Gevork Harchunian, Amira Fatima Omega Heath, Amira Heath, Rafael Munoz Hernandez, Zeke Arthur Edward Hindle. Awesome. Asher Hoffman, Alexandra N. Eisenberg, Malek Chekawi Jawad, Kimberly Michelle Johnson. Okay, I lost my place now. All right, take a breath. Hovanes Kalpakchian, Jeannie Kang, Willow Carfuel, Mariam Karkashadze, Alexander Khalil, Soler Tamar Karajian, Kentaro Forrest Kida, Jiang Kim, Alicia Baruch Kohanbosh, Natasha Komadina, Lauren Medina Krug, Ivy Nyok Lay, Susan Lay, yay, Jacqueline Gail Lendvai, Sarah Levine, Joating Liao, Abigail Marie Lombardo, Evan Thomas Martin, Fabiola Martinez, Jacqueline Marie Martinez, Ellen Martirosian, Sean Michael McKendry, Evelyn Mehrabian, Tracy Miller, Nolan Anthony Nardekia, Danielle Neiman, Julia Norman, Alvin Ya Okori, Ann J. Park, June Bum Park, Joshua Michael Pignon, Lauren Nicole Polk, Alexandra Margaret Powers, Alexandra Powers, Simone Elizabeth Poyero, Aaron Joseph Rafael, Brianna Marie Ramirez, Brianna Ramirez, Bianca Catherine Rector, Sharice Rostamlu, like they responded before you, okay. Julian Saman, Kyla Kimberly Smith, Thomas Smith, Lila Hartstone, Yidu Sun, Esther King Tejera, Bryce Catherine Thornwell, Emily Turi, Martha Maria Vasquez Hernandez, Diana Lynette Ramirez Bielman, Ricardo Ichikawa Vizcarra, Zachary Wagner, Jordan Webster, Alexandra Rafi Yesayans. Wonderful. Anyone I have not called? Great. Dean Dickerson, all of the candidates are present and ready to be sworn into the courts.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending this special event. First, I want to welcome back our graduates who have passed the bar and are eligible to be sworn in. Congratulations. Second, I want to welcome our graduates' family and friends. Thank you for supporting your loved ones through their law school and bar study journey. I know they value your support and will continue to need it as they embark on their legal careers. And third, for the faculty and staff of Southwestern who are here with us tonight, thank you for all you do to help prepare our graduates for the bar exam and the practice of law. The bar exam is one of the most difficult tests anywhere, and California's bar exam is widely considered to be the most difficult in the nation. Over 2 days, you wrote essays, answered dozens of multiple choice questions, applied testing strategies, and demonstrated what you learned during the last few years in law school. Before you sat for the exam, you spent months reviewing your class notes, preparing and taking practice exams, and sacrificing evenings and weekends for concentrated study. And you know what? You all accomplished your goals of graduating from law school and passing the bar during what? A worldwide pandemic. So that makes you guys extra special. The bar exam is grueling and rigorous because being an attorney is a privilege and a responsibility. As an attorney, you will have the power to change lives and to change the world. As an attorney, you often represent clients during their most vulnerable moments. You will be called on to counsel and advise them about some of the most important decisions and events in their lives. So our courts try very hard to extend a license to practice law only to those who have demonstrated the integrity, skill, and grit to use it appropriately. So by passing the bar exam and clearing character and fitness, you have demonstrated yourself worthy to the state of California of being entrusted with a legal license. In doing so, you join the likes of Vice President Kamala Harris, U.S. Supreme Court Justices Anthony Kennedy, Sandra Day O'Connor, and many other thousands of powerful, influential, trailblazing California attorneys. So let's give you one more round of congratulations. I'd now like to introduce two very important guests who have joined us to administer the oaths for the state and for the Central District. The first is Judge Deborah Brazil, class of 1996, who will administer the state oath. While at Southwestern, Judge Brazil served as the Moot Court Honors Program Chair. After graduation, she served as a deputy district attorney from 1997 to 2013, working in multiple divisions, including major crimes and hardcore gang. Judge Brazil was appointed to the bench in 2013 and currently sits at the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center in downtown Los Angeles. She has taught as an adjunct at Southwestern and is a past president of the Southwestern Alumni Association. And she, like the other person sitting right beside her, always say yes when we need her to help. So we appreciate her being here tonight. We're also incredibly honored to have Judge Otis Wright, class of 1980, to administer the federal oath. Before law school, Judge Wright served as a United States Marine and then as a deputy sheriff in LA County while he attended Southwestern in the evening program. After law school, he joined the Attorney General's office and a few years later moved into private practice with the law firm of Wilson Elser. In 2005, Judge Wright was appointed to the Los Angeles Superior Court, and in 2007, he was appointed to the United States District Court for the Central District of California. Absolutely. He's a longtime volunteer for our moot court program, and he hires many externs and clerks from Southwestern, for which we appreciate. Please join me in welcoming both this afternoon, and Judge Brazil, the podium is yours.
Good evening, everyone. It's such an honor to be with you tonight. This is one of my favorite things to volunteer to do. Thank you, Dean Darby, for that introduction. And it's always an honor to be here with my friend and colleague. I want to talk to you during my time with you about commitment, because when I look at all of you, I am profoundly struck by the commitment that all of you exhibited through very trying times. Not only did you study and take the bar at the tail end of the pandemic, but a large portion of your studies were under circumstances that you did not sign up for when you started law school. When I started law school in 1993, I never dreamed that 20 years after I started law school here at Southwestern, I would be wearing a black robe. It was the honor of my lifetime to get that call from the governor's office. Whatever your dreams are from here, you can achieve them if you remain committed to yourself. Many of you might have heard me speak during your orientation. I hope so, because, and I see you shaking your heads, and I love that. Did anything that I say stick with you? Maybe raise your hand if it did. Awesome. because you're here and I'm so proud of you. Law school is difficult. The bar, difficult. But quite frankly, the practice of law is even more difficult because you will have many more competing pressures on you. But it does not mean that you should diverge from the commitment to yourself. And I want you to remember back before you started law school, what you dreamed of, what was in your heart when you sent off the deposit and the application and you got the acceptance letter and you said, I'm going to law school. And then you survived the first year, pandemic, stressful times. You made it through law school, and then you had to face the bar. And for me, that was very scary. And I'm sure it was scary for you too, particularly because things changed. But you stayed committed. You stayed committed to the dreams that you had when you said to yourself before anybody else, I want to be a lawyer. And that commitment, I'm 100% sure, came from a desire to make a difference. And when you started law school, when you were at orientation with me, I told you that you're privileged. And you're even more so bestowed with privilege now because you have the education and soon you'll have the right to go into a courtroom and right a wrong and represent someone that their only voice and their only hope for justice, be it economic, in a civil realm, adoption, probate, criminal, any area of law, you may be the only barrier between them and an injustice. And if there's anything we've learned over the last 3 years is that it takes every voice to change what needs to be changed. And those voices, your voices, are getting more and more diverse and beautiful every day. So you have an important job to do once myself and Judge Wright swear you in. You have work to do, but it's wonderful work. It's the work that you've dreamed of. You're here, you did it. So today is a beautiful day of celebration, but I want to leave you with the idea that you stay true to what went into your heart when you started this journey so that you'll have a meaningful practice because it's hard. One of the ways that I think the practice will remain meaningful to you is if you do not become so self-involved that you only think about yourself and the money that you're making. I know you have debt. I had debt. Practicing law is difficult and challenging. So you have to be concerned about your own mental and emotional health and your happiness in what you do. Don't be afraid to make a change. Your first job that you have won't be your last job. You have the ability to choose how you make a difference. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Stay committed to what you believe in and commit to doing the very best that you can every day. Don't forget that it's an honor to walk into a courtroom. Even if a judge doesn't rule your way, which she won't part of the time, because that's the way it is, right? No one's going to have the judge rule in their favor every single time. Please don't forget how hard you worked to get here. And please don't forget the people in this room and not in this room who loved you, pushed you, supported you, cheered you on. And like the lady in the front row with the proud parent hat, you're amazing. That is the sweetest thing. And I loved your dance, but my colleague here said maybe not when you get a motion ruled in your favor. You can do it in my courtroom, but not his. I love that. You have joy in your heart. Don't lose it. Being a lawyer is such an honor and such a privilege that my biggest hope for you is that you are driven by kindness, because you don't have to be a jerk to succeed in the practice of law. In fact, just the opposite. Kindness and legal authority will carry you through any difficult time. Don't forget what a privilege it is, and don't forget to help those who come behind you. One of the reasons why I say yes is because without Southwestern, I wouldn't be here where I am today. So when Southwestern calls, or a law student calls, or someone wants your advice or your recommendation or your expertise, please consider giving it freely, because by helping other people as you rise, you lift them up as well. That will make the practice of law for you even more rewarding, and it will make the world a better place. So I gave you a much more fuzzy, soft, and cuddly comment than I normally do, because it's the way I feel today. So I'll close with this before I administer the oath. You're welcome to contact me. You can use your legal research skills to find me. I'm in the directory of the Daily Journal. There are several of you in the audience who have come into my courtroom and have watched a trial and are coming back to watch a trial. Whatever I have that may help you, I will give it to you gladly. So look me up, call me up, send me an email and say, hey, I want to come and watch you, or I need some encouragement, or I need some advice. As long as we don't have any business together, I'm happy to do that and help you. So, you ready to get sworn in? Okay, let's go. So excuse me, Anahid said you have to stay seated, but I need you to stand up when I administer the oath. Thank you. So raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of an attorney and counselor at law to the best of my knowledge and ability. As an officer of the court, I will strive to conduct myself at all times with dignity, courtesy, and integrity. Congratulations.
Judge Wright, I, Anahid Garakanyan, do hereby certify as follows. I'm a member in good standing of the Bar of the United States District Court for the Central District of California. I know the petitioners for admission to the bar of this court, and I affirm that said petitioners are of good moral character and are members of the Bar of the State of California in good standing on the date of the petition herein. Therefore, I move that the petitioners be admitted to the United States District Court for the Central District of California.
You haven't screwed up in the last 10 minutes. Judge Brazil will back me on this. Whenever a motion is made, generally, half the people leave the courtroom a little pissed off. But I have no problem whatsoever in granting this particular motion. The last 24 hours, I've been tossing around various comments that might find, or you might find helpful. And I discarded all of them. But I happen to be reviewing a publication from the State Bar of California. Comes out, I guess, every quarter. And it's a list of those of us who have screwed up and have been suspended or disbarred. And I don't know, I always look through there to see if there's any classmates of mine. And, but what bothers me is that list continues to grow. And naturally, that's disturbing. What's also disturbing is that we're starting to see attorneys acting out in the courtroom in ways that are just simply unbecoming of the oath you just took. I am seeing attorneys living by the principle that to win at any cost. Let me just tell you this, and then I'm going to get on with swearing you folks in. These cases aren't yours. You're hired to represent someone else and help them through a difficult time. But it's not yours. It's not your time. You're a tool, highly professional and valuable tool, but you're just a tool. Don't get so personally involved in your cases that you will, dare I say, do anything to win a motion, a trial. It is not that important. It is truly not that important. You feel good right now, and justifiably so. You acted a fool at graduation as though you thought you had done something, but truly you had not. Now you have. Now you have. And like the dean said, you have passed probably the toughest bar exam in the country, and you are justifiably proud. You got to feel good. You don't ever want to lose this. Don't ever jeopardize what you've got now, please. For those of you going to play in the major leagues and wish to be admitted to practice in federal court, you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the government of the United States. That I will maintain the respect due to the courts of justice and judicial officers. And that I will demean myself as an attorney, proctor, advocate, solicitor, and counselor of this court uprightly. According to law, so help me God. Congratulations and well done.
Congratulations again to our new lawyers. Thank you again to our judges for coming, the words of wisdom, participating in the ceremony, Dean Garkanian for calling roll and being here and moving on behalf of you all who wanted in federal court. Remember that. Families and friends, thank you for being with us on this special occasion. And I hope that you will all join us upstairs on the 5th floor for a reception. Have a wonderful evening.